All right, Evergreen crew, let's talk. We all know this tool, the jackhammer. This thing eats concrete for breakfast. And yeah, it's absolutely essential to what we do. It's just pure power. But today, we're not just talking about the power of the tool. We're talking about how we control that power and make sure we all go home safe.
Look, when it comes to jackhammer safety, it's not about memorizing some long, boring list of rules. It really just boils down to defeating three specific threats. Three big ones every single time you fire this thing up. So let's break them down one by one.
First up is the hazard you can't even see. Every time that bit pulverizes concrete, it's kicking up a huge cloud of dust. And hiding in that dust is crystalline silica. Make no mistake, that is the single biggest long-term danger to our health on this job.
I want you to really let this sink in. The damage from silica dust is permanent. This is not a cut that heals. It's not a bruise that fades away. The scarring it causes inside your lungs never goes away. You don't get a second chance with your lungs, which is why dust control is and always will be our #1 priority. So how do you fight an enemy you can't see? With strict, mandatory practices. We always use water to keep the dust down. Always. That's totally non-negotiable. And just as important, never ever eat, drink, or smoke in a work area. That dust settles on everything, and we have to prevent any chance of you breathing it or ingesting it. Okay, moving on to our second threat. This one isn't invisible at all. You feel it right in your bones. The constant rattling vibration from the jackhammer, it's more than just uncomfortable. It's a physical force that we have to manage to protect our bodies for the long haul. Think about it. All that incredible power that's breaking up solid concrete, it also travels right up the tool and into your body. That energy has to go somewhere. And over a career, that constant shaking causes permanent damage to the nerves and blood vessels in your hands and arms. This isn't about one bad day. It's about managing that exposure every single day, starting right now. So what's the solution? You have to control your exposure. It's that simple. Take regular breaks. Even just for a minute. Step away from the tool, give your hands a shake, and let your arms recover. Also, pay attention to how you're standing. Avoid overreaching or twisting into some awkward angle. When you stand correctly, your whole body helps absorb that vibration, taking the strain off your arms. All right, so we've covered dust and we've covered vibration. Now for the third threat, the machine itself. This is an incredibly powerful piece of equipment, and we have to respect the heck out of the mechanical and electrical hazards that come right along with it. You've really got three main equipment risks to watch for. First, electrical shock from a bad power source. That's exactly why ground fault circuit interrupter, that's GFCI, protection, is mandatory. Second, hitting unmarked live utilities buried in the concrete you're breaking. And third, the tool itself failing on you, maybe a defective part or a missing guard. Any one of these can lead to a really serious incident, fast. So here's the game plan. Before you even think about starting, check for utilities, confirm your power is GFCI protected, and always use a firm, two-handed grip for control. Just as critical, if a tool has any kind of defect, you tag it out of service immediately, no exceptions. And it should go without saying, but never ever touch that hot bit. We've gone over the threats from the dust, the vibration, and the machine. But the single most important safety component on any job site, well, it isn't a tool or a procedure. It's you. It's our team. You are the first and the last line of defense out here. I want you to think of your PPE as your armor, not just a uniform. Each piece has a critical job to do. Your respirator, that's a shield for your lungs. Eye and hearing protection guard your senses. Your gloves help with the vibration, and your boots protect you from impact and electricity. Gearing up properly is the very first step you take to control your own safety. You know, safety is a team sport, and everybody has a position to play. The foreman's job is to make sure you're trained and you've got the right tools for the job. Your job is to inspect that equipment, identify the hazards, and, this is the big one, to speak up when something doesn't feel right. If you see something, say something. A damaged tool, an unsafe condition, anything at all that feels wrong, you report it to your foreman immediately. Your voice is the most powerful safety tool on this entire site. It protects you, and it protects everyone on this crew. Never, ever hesitate to use it. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you walk up to a job and pick up a jackhammer, what is the very first hazard you are going to check for? Answering that question for yourself every time, That's how safety stops being a checklist and becomes a mindset. Stay safe out there.